Hey guys, Scott here. I just want to go over my woodpile theory as it develops. This is something that's like house by house, case by case scenario. Just like the earlier video today, I was talking about the different area that we live in, and you deal with, if you're working with firewood, you got to know your different species of firewood that's good to burn. This is all yellow birch that I cut myself. Trees down. Some of the trees were in the way of the view. Some of them were looking pretty precarious. And some of them were just getting too big that they were going to be blowdowns. And this stuff was cut last year into big chunks like this size. And then I split it a couple weeks ago. And then I dragged it up here and got this pile going. Okay. This is, you can see the brightness of the wood compared to this stuff that's been out since last year. This went through a whole snow season. It's lighter. The moisture content is still pretty high, I guess, because it's in the rain. It's been a wet season. But you can see like how it weathers on the ends. Gets to this like silvery color, old gray silver color. Same wood. Same wood. This is maple, I think. But the bark starts to fall off. You can see the moisture. The quicker you get this stuff split, the better it'll dry out. You'll get better wood. Now, the theory that I had last year was get it underneath this overhang. Here's a better view. And I had this pile stacked from the door 3 wide up almost to the top of the window, as high as I could reach, and came all the way out to here. And a couple things. I had a snow issue as it's coming off this main roof, this steeper roof, and this shallower pitched roof. It was piling up here and it was going backtracking. The wind was blowing it in. So all this wood has been out here since last year. Okay, it was down that way, piled up towards the exit area, and it was sloped back, and all the water was coming in on this angle as it thawed. And the bottom 3 layers or 2 layers of logs was actually underneath water and ice. So I was walking on snow and ice and frozen logs to get any firewood that I had. This is what I had left over from those 3 large layers, like I was saying. 3 rows deep. This is 1, this is 2, now I'm restacking. So I'm moving all this leftover forward because this is what I want to burn first. This is stuff that was in this same pile. So this is some things that wasn't split last year that I'm going to go back and split into halves because I like having halves. These rounds don't burn the same. They're good, like, if you got a good fire going, you could throw one in. But I noticed that, not to pick on my wife, but in general, like these pieces of wood, sometimes they get thrown into a fire that's smoldering and then it just, fire goes out. So I'm noticing it's better to have things split smaller for at least my family. This stuff I was going to go through for kindling and then toss the bark out because it doesn't really have any big value. Or I could burn it in, I guess, to make a little fire. It's just, I noticed I get a lot more ash when I got a lot of bark in there. This is just a little remnants. I'm going to take the rest of this and pile it up there. Then I'm going to pull my log splitter up out of the woods. And then I'm going to split all this. This, like I said, it's sat out there for 1 season, so it doesn't have any water in it from the spring coming up through root systems. So it's been cut into about 6 to 18-inch chunks, but I'm splitting it fresh, and there's still a lot of moisture in this. The bark's not coming off. The wood's heavy. You really got to pry on it to get a piece off. See? Like I worked about as hard as I could rip. Look at all that water under there. It's got a nice smell, this yellow birch. If you rip it out and you smell back here, it smells like winter mint, like toothpaste. So that's just my thoughts. I don't know what you guys do. I think it might be beneficial to frame a wall here, even though it's aesthetically pleasing with just the posts. It might be nice to frame a wall in and land my bottom plate on this pad here, pressure treated, and maybe put a beam and make a wall right through here And then I'll put some supports on a knee wall, so when the snow pillow's in, it doesn't push in. Like put like a lot of tie-ins, whether I put a Hilti epoxy threaded rod or something in here, and then just make it so the snow will hold back and the wind won't blow in. And then I'll have this greenhouse area here with plastic, or similar to the greenhouse I made over there, because we get a lot of sun coming from that sky. This is the southern facing view. So this will be dry and sun beaten all winter long, and it'll keep this a lot cleaner in here, because when you open this door up, this whole area is wind swept, snow swept, piled up, and you're basically kicking the snow off the wood, even though you have this large overhang. I think that's going to be the theory behind this. And then it'll be a little bit of a windbreak too for the door here, so you won't get so much draft. So just talking about what I'm doing. I know I'm piling it against a window, which is silly. Should probably not do that. Should probably leave like a little archway there so the logs don't smash the window if they fall over. I want to go up high, at least to like head level, so I can get a lot under here. As far as how many cords, I don't know. They say it's what, 4 by 4 by 8. So my piles are typically, 4 by, 4.5, and they go along. So a couple cords of wood. I'd say probably 3 cords of wood maybe when I'm done. Most guys burn 6 or 7. I'm just feeding it as much as I possibly can between going to work and helping out with the family stuff. So it's like, if I'm home, I'm feeding it, but sometimes we let it go. I want to have it in an emergency. All this stuff was cut last year as well, around this cherry tree. It actually helped the cherry tree. The cherry tree bloomed like crazy this year compared to last year. I think it gave it a nice windbreak, and now it's got a beautiful look. Last year, this thing looked like ragged tagged. I might leave this and work off this in the beginning of the season, like October, November, and get rid of this. That's probably the plan. I'll start pulling from this pile October, November, whenever we start heating at night. And then the snow will be up here about 5 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet deep in places with the drift. Comes down, gets really deep in here. So, got to open the greenhouse. Thanks for watching.